welcome to my channel. My name is Agnes, and today I will be showing you how to crochet this beautiful top. It's got the details that are the loop stitch and then the flared sleeve. At the back it's the corset design. Yeah, so if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so, and if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and let's get into it. So for this project I'll be using medium weight yarn. This is brand Winter King in lime green. Winter King is a Kenyan brand, but you can use any other medium size yarn. I'll be using scissors and a measuring tape. The hook I'll be using a 2.5mm hook. So for this top you'll need to measure your bust. I'll be working with a bust of 36 inches. Measure your bust, take your bust measurements, take away 14 inches, and that's what you'll make as the chain that we'll base our work on. So I'm using 36 bust, and that means I'll chain a chain of 22 inches, not chains, 22 inches. Okay, so let's begin. I'll make a slip knot. Different people make slip knots in a different way. This is how I do it. I just hold my yarn like this, make a loop, then yarn over, pull through once, yarn over, pull through twice, and then I pull this extra yarn that was down here. So yeah, now I already have 2 chains. So I'm going to chain up to 22 inches of chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So continue chaining to whatever length you have. Mine will be 22, and then I'll get back. So yeah, I went ahead and did 22 inches of chain. That was, for me, it was 105 chains. So yeah, don't stretch the yarn, because if you do, then you will have a wrong side. So yeah, I did 105 chains. So now we're going to continue with what you have. We'll work with half double crochet. So yarn over like that, then third chain from your hook without counting the one on the hook. So we have 1, 2. So in this third one, that's where you put your half double crochet. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and now you have 3 loops on your hook. So pull through the 3 loops, yarn over again, in the next chain, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through. You have 3 on your hook, then pull through both 3 again, yarn over, insert your hook in the next chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 3, like that. So that is a half double crochet, and that's what we're going to work with for all of the chains. One more time, yarn over, insert your hook in the next chain, yarn over, pull through, and pull through all 3. So yeah, do that for however many chains you have. Mine were 105. So do half double crochet throughout, and let's meet when you're done. Yeah, I'm done with the first row, and if I stretch this, it stretches to about 27 inches. So that's what the 104 chains added up to, 27 inches when it is stretched, that is. Okay, so now we're going to work on the second row. Simply chain 2, turn your work like that, yarn over, and in your first stitch, this first stitch, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through once, and then now you see we have three loops, then pull through all the 3 loops. So that will be our first stitch. Yarn over again in the second stitch, pull through all. So do the same you did with row 1 using half double crochet throughout, and that will be our pattern. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull through once, pull through all the 3. That will be a pattern. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull through. Yeah, continue doing that. So we're coming to the end of the second row, and this top is going to be 10 inches long. So for this part we'll only do 7 inches for the half double crochet, and then put the loop design as 3 inches. So don't forget to insert your half double crochet in the last stitch. You may not easily see it, but this, simply insert 1 there, chain 2, turn your work, and put a half double crochet in that first stitch, chain, then second half double crochet, and we will repeat the same pattern for all the rows. So once you have 7 inches of half double crochet that is going up, then stop at that, and then I'll show you how to put the loop design. Okay, so let's keep going. Repeat the same pattern, half double crochet for all the rows, 7 inches. I wanted it to be a bit long, but if you wish to maybe make it a shorter crop top, you can reduce the rows. Instead of 7 inches, maybe you can do 5. Normally I like to work with 5 because I like micro crop tops, but for this one I will do 7 inches of half double crochet. So continue with the pattern, and I will meet you when you're done with the 7 inches or whatever length you wish to have. Okay, so I'm done with my 7 inches, and I got a total of 23 rows of half double crochet. So we are now going to work on the loop stitch. So for the loop stitch, simply chain 1, turn your work. We are now going to use single crochet and not double crochet, half double crochet as we were using before. So now we'll use single crochet. You simply chain 1, wrap the yarn around your finger like that. So in this first stitch, insert your hook, then pull this yarn that was wrapped around your finger using your hook, pull it through. So we have three loops on your hook, this first one and these 2 that look entangled, and that's okay. Then release your loop. You can hold it with your finger, and then finish up the single crochet by simply pulling through all the three loops. Okay, so this is what we have. We have this loop here. Next, you still do the same thing. Wrap the yarn around your finger, insert your hook, pull the yarn. You have 3 loops. Release the loop, then finish up your single crochet. You have 2 loops now. Repeat the same thing one more time. Insert your hook, pull your yarn. You have 3 loops. Release the big loop, then pull through all the 3 loops. One more time. You have this yarn. Insert your hook, pull through. You have 3 loops on your hook and 1 on your finger. Release the one on the finger, then finish your single crochet. just like that. And make sure you do it moderately with the loop, so that you have the same, not exactly the same, but uniform size of the loops. They can be shorter, they can be longer, depending on how much yarn you pull. So yeah, one more time, insert in your hook, pull through. You have three loops and one on your finger. Release the big one on the finger, then pull through all three to complete the single crochet. Insert your hook, pull through the yarn, and then release, then pull through all three loops. So do that for this row. It will be single crochets, leaving the loop behind, and then I'll meet you once you're done. So I've come to the end of the row. Please make sure you put a stitch in that very last stitch. So how did you guys go? It's actually easier to do than how it seems when you're explaining it. So it's simpler to do. So yeah, that's what we have so far, and we are now going to the next row. So for the next row, we'll only do single crochets, because it's on the other wrong side. So chain one, turn your work, and do single crochets across. Single crochet, just insert your hook, yarn over. You have two loops, and then yarn, pull your hook through, insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, pull through two, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through two loops, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through one, yarn over, pull through two. So that's will be the pattern for the second row. Sorry. Do the second row of single crochets, and yeah, I'll meet you once you're done. Alright, so we've come to the end of the second row. That was for single crochets. We had the loop stitch and then the single crochet. Now we're going to chain one, turn the work, and then work on the loop stitch again. So for the loop stitches, insert your hook, pull the yarn. You have three loops, and then pull through the loops. Insert your hook, put the yarn over your finger, pull the yarn through, three loops, just like that. So we're going to do this same pattern for the single crochet row and the loop stitch row for 12 rows. So you'll have 6 rows of loop stitch and 6 rows of single crochet. If you wish to have less or more, that's up to you. You can do that. So yeah, let me meet you when you're done with 12 rows, and let the single crochet row be the last one. Okay, this is how it sits. All right, I'm done with all the rows. This is what we have. This is how it looks like. I hope you're done too. So we are now going to work on the sides to put the holes where our back string will pass through. We'll be using the corset design at the back. So simply chain 2. I already have one on my hook, so make another chain. We'll use half double crochets for this. So yarn over in the first stitch, put a half double crochet, chain 2, skip 2 rows. That's the row of the this row of the loops and the row of the half double crochet, I mean the row of the single crochet. So put your next half double crochet in the second row of the loop stitch. Put a half double crochet there, then put more 3 half double crochets in the next 3 rows. So yeah, then chain 2, skip 2 rows, and then half double crochet in the next 4 stitches. So that will be the pattern till you get to the end. It's 2 chains and then 4 half double crochets, 2 chains and then 4 half double crochets. So we are on this other part that doesn't have the loop stitch. So for this one you'll be putting stitches in the row itself and then in the ridge. So we skip this, and then here in this row, that's where we start to put these half double crochets, and then 4, chain 2. So repeat the pattern for this side and together with the other side. Just cut off the yarn when you're done. So we're now going to work on the sleeves. For this size I'll be making 50 chains. On your end, just take your upper arm measurements and make a chain that wraps around that. Okay, so I'll make a slip knot and then chain 50. So this is 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 13, 14, 50. So I have 50 chains. Straighten up the chain, and in the first stitch make a slip knot. So we're going to be working with double crochet for these sleeves. Simply chain 3, and in your first chain put a double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and then pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through, you have 3 chains, pull through 2 chains, you have 2 remaining, and then pull through the last one. So that's what stitch you're going to be working with until all around all the chains. So do that, and then I meet you when you're done. So simply make a slip knot once you come to the end, a slip stitch. Then now we're going to work on the mesh part. So chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're going to skip this first stitch and put a double crochet in the next stitch. So skip 1 and put a double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1, then skip the next stitch and put a double crochet in the other stitch. So that's the pattern we'll be working with. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch and put a double crochet in the next. So we'll continue doing the same for all the stitches until we get to the end of that first row. So chain 1, skip 1 and put a double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1, skip a stitch and then put a double crochet in the next stitch. That will be the pattern. Okay, so I've reached at the end. I'll simply chain 1, and in the third stitch from on the first chain, I'll make a slip stitch just like that. Close it off. Then I'll start on the second row of mesh, chain 4. On top of that first double crochet, make another double crochet, chain 1 and make another double crochet on top of the second one, repeating the same thing over again. So that will be the pattern for the next for the total of 12 rows. So yeah, go ahead and make 12 rows of the mesh stitch and then we'll get back. So this is my last row, 12th row, and once you make a slip stitch, we are now going to work on the flared part. So simply chain 4 just like we were doing, and then instead of putting the first double crochet on top of this double crochet, put it in the same stitch. So we'll be having 2 double crochets in 1 stitch like that. Chain 1, in the next stitch put a double crochet, chain 1 and then another double crochet in that very same stitch like that. Chain 1, next stitch, double crochet, chain 1 and double crochet in that very same stitch. Chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, put a double crochet in that very same stitch. So yeah, do that for this 13th row, and we're at the end of the row. Chain 1 in the third stitch, make a slip knot. Okay, so from here on we're going to put 1 double crochet in every stitch. Instead of 2, we'll just put 1. So chain 1 and insert a double crochet in there, chain 1, insert a double crochet on top of every double crochet that you made. So yeah, that's the pattern. You're going to do this for 16 rows, a total of 16 rows. That's on the flared part. You can do more, you can do less, depending on how you desire how long you desire your sleeve to be. So that's up to you. For me, I'll do 16 rows. So I already have 1. I'm on the second one, so 14 to go. Okay, coming to the end of the row. So simply chain 1. In the third chain, put your slip stitch. Now we're going to work on the final detail. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this very first chain, insert your hook and make a slip stitch. Pull through the yarn. So in the next stitches, just put a single crochet in the chain space, a single crochet on top of that double crochet, and a single crochet in the next stitch, chain space. So we're going to be working with the single crochets across every chain space, a single crochet, and on top of the double crochet, put a single crochet too for three double crochets. So when you get to the third double crochet, chain 5 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then make a slip stitch in the first chain, and then a half double crochet, sorry, a single crochet in the chain space. then you repeat again. 1, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 single crochets, and then that little detail. Yeah, do that, and we'll meet when you're done. Coming to the end of the row. So when you get to the end, simply make a slip knot, and yeah, cut off the yarn, and that's it. So we are now going to work to attach the sleeves. This is our sleeve, this is what we have, yay. So let's attach this to the top, the rest of the top. So we'll count 12 stitches, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So in the 12th stitch, that's where we're going to attach. Okay, so from this other side, get any part of your sleeve. I like to work from where I started, and put your hook through one of the stitches, and attach your yarn. So simply pull through like that and make a slip knot. Yeah, so going backwards, simply put a single crochet in one and another single crochet in the next. So you have 1, 2, 3 single crochets, and then pull through and cut off the yarn. It's already short, so just pull through and then you'll weave in the end. So we have our sleeve attached. So yeah, make your second sleeve and do the same thing. Attach it on your from your 12th stitch from the end, and we'll meet when you're done. So I'm done attaching both sleeves, and I went ahead and made a chain of about 480 chains. I did with a double what is it called, double strand, to give it a firmer hold and a thicker chain. So go do that, make a chain of around the same chains for 80, and use the crisscross to give it this corset look. Okay, so thank you so much guys for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Give it a thumbs up if you like the video, and remember to tag me in your work. Thank you.